Mobile phone is the worst thing that you can ever do to your child. It's actually it's like basically giving your child to the devil. Because bonke bazawuthi, oh no, but I need it so I can check up on them. So why am I taking it? Why are you not buying the 200 rand phone? So this child having the smartphone has got nothing to do with the child, but it's got something to do with you and your status.
It's scary to just take your child out of the school system.
It is.
That you've been programmed, Guti. This is how it is.
But COVID, that was my awakening.
In a world where Africans have lost their roots, it has become of vital importance to document our ways. In an effort to reverse the brainwashing of the past, where we were made to believe our ways are demonic, we are pressed to create dignified and respectful platforms to unpack our spiritual ways.
Moya O Light, Moya O Bright. Welcome to another episode of Moya Political Series. And you know very well that on this table we always give you power women, Abu Superwoman, the women that you didn't know existed, but now that Moya's in the building, you know. Today we have Yolanda Ndinisa. She's many things: an artist, an educator, actually just a powerhouse, actually, because I can't even sum it up. I always say good on Moya, it's not about the titles, it's about the character of the person. Welcome, Mama. Thank you so much for honoring the invite.
I feel honored.
We are the honored ones. Thank you so much. So, for those who don't know, actually, you come from the music business.
Yes, I come from the music industry.
And
that's
then
how I was introduced to,
And then you got Conscientized. Give us a little bit of that so we have a bit of background.
So basically, originally I'm from Cape Town. And I came to Johannesburg a year after I gave birth to my firstborn son, which was in 1997. I came to Johannesburg. I landed in Yeovil. And when I landed in a week, 2 weeks from landing in Yeovil, and then I was approached to be in an all-girl group. And I was like, oh, okay, why not? And they were like, where are you from? I'm like, no, I'm from Cape Town. They thought I was from overseas or something. And then I got into the music industry like that. I wasn't coming here for singing or anything. I was working at Levi's as part-time. And I just came here. My mother actually basically sent me here after a year of being forced to be a mother. I'm saying being forced to be a mother because I was not ready to be a mother then. So I was forced to be mama for unyaka, ndimncancisa umntanam, dance and bepa, and then packed my bags, and she sent me to Johannesburg.
So then how does that...
I was born.
How does that now mold you? Because we are going to speak about motherhood and how to raise children.
Yes. So what happened? Of course, I was at my peak. I was young, 22 when I got here. So I thought, oh my God, what is this woman doing? And then when I landed, and then the opportunities that I got when I just landed, so it changed the whole thing. I had to grow up. I had to look back, actually I'm here to fend for myself and actually find and continue to be who I am meant to be. So, yeah.
And then who finds you? And because when you say Yeovil, then it brings us to think about all the communities you're exposed to. Yes. What does that do to your consciousness? Because the reason you're sitting on that chair is because of the mind you have.
Yes.
So
basically, even from Ulendo, the person that invited me to Yeovil was Rasta Teba's wife, Queen, the one that passed away. So she is the one that said, there is this place here in Johannesburg and you would love it. It's full of Rastas. So already before when I left Cape Town, I was already highly conscious about who I was, how my hair was, and how I dressed. So I've always been strongly myself, strongly African. You understand? So oh wow, this is a community. This is the kind of community that I was looking for. Something that I thought that was overseas. You had to go to Jamaica or to America to experience that kind of a life. There was art, there was music. So I was able to express myself. As much as I didn't come for a music industry, but I was a dancer. So I fitted perfectly into the environment, into the space. And, I had dreads when I first came to Yeovil. And then I cut them off because I realized also, since I was a kid, I don't like looking like anybody else, and self-identity to me is very important. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to have dreads amongst so many other girls and so many other people who have dreadlocks. I need to do something that's going to make me stand out, Not because I wouldn't say that. Okay, I didn't plan, but okay, I'm gonna come to Joburg, and this is what I want to do. Yonke Yam has always just been flowing. I'm always presented. I'm always at the right place at the right place at the right time. You understand? To get an opportunity, I don't go hunting for it, but it presented me. I'm always presented with the opportunities. So that's Kabinwelezam, and I decided to be bold because no one else was bold.
You speak about self-identity. That is, for me, I get a flag going off. Can we start unpacking that and why it would be important in the context of the South Africa we're living in?
Well, coming from Cape Town, and we are pre-Mandela release kids that went to the multiracial schools. So that is where my knowledge of self started, where I had to not physically fight for who I was, but I had to fight for myself because at school I was the only black child, and of course I'm dark and I've got short hair. My hair is not relaxed, I'm like a typical black child. So from then on, my mother's auntie, sister would say, "But why don't you relax sometimes?" And I've always just been that person. I've always just been strongly black. And then if I'm amongst other races, people must see and not wonder. Even at school, I used to sit in the sun. And then I excel in everything that has to do with sports because I'm the only black person. So I'm representing the whole nation of our people. So I appreciate about actually going to school in Cape Town, and coming from where I come from, because it built my self-identity. Otherwise, I would have been I would have been caught up in whatever that would be going on in my own neighborhood. But being in a white school and you are the only person there, you basically have no one else to turn to. Because even the colored kids don't look at you. They don't. It's like they're trying to get away from you, So even when I was at school, I had white kids. White kids who are Europeans are the ones that always gravitates.
Yes.
It's never the South African whites, no. It's always the European whites. So that's how I grew up. And then Dakatanje off when I didn't say about, oh no, I'm cutting off white people. No. As I say, I just grew. I grew towards myself.
You're raising such an important thing, né? Because what we pick up is that the black child who went to a predominantly white school where they're a minority, they tend to walk away from whiteness. Mm-hmm. Whereas the ones who went to government schools where there were more of them, they turned to adopt.
Exactly, something that's...
So,
I guess it's because I always say that when we're not in the presence of white people, then you start fearing them. We don't fear them because we were with them when they were kids. Sabazi babantwana babelungu abathanda uhlamba, abathanda utshintsha. Umuntu uyahlamba, uyavuka ekuseni akhulele into ebeyinxibile ayifake kuwasha. And then gets on with their day. We know that because we've been in their spaces. So we don't want to, we know about, okay, no matter what they have, but it's definitely not where I want to go. So Bona, they see what they are being sold on TV. They don't see the truth. So we don't have the fear because we know about when and now we actually ask by school in the dome.
As we know, but
So you fight through those things, and then those things they build you.
How do you not become a coconut?
Oh, I'll be lying if I said I was not influenced. Of course, I am from Cape Town. I come from Ilendo. I'm born in Ilendo Kwalanga, which is amazingly enough, there's a lot of single mothers there. So, and they work a lot to make sure that the kids have got their best education. So I got through the white schools through Roman Catholic. So that's most of the people who started. We went through the first indoctrination, the church. Yes. And then the church, that's how we got to be in their schools. you know, and they always pick and they say, oh, I pick awena. So yes, I was a coconut until I came to Joburg.
Aha. And then we want those stories. For my coconut.
Benditwenga, like nobody's business. So yeah, I'm a Cape Townian, you know. But when I came to Joburg, then the self-identity thing changed from trying to see me as a black person, but now to try to see my, also it was a culture shock. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many black people here.
Oh my God.
That was when I go to Johannesburg. I'm like, yo. And I didn't say, can't this chung is close so that you hear? I said, oh my God, there's so many black people here. And I'm like, what? So that was a culture shock to me. Then I started learning about, oh, people who are from Malawi are not South Africans. Oh, there's baddies. I didn't know there were baddies. I thought those were people who are from, I thought Africa, Iphelele, South Africa, Cape Town.
This is so interesting.
Yes. You're likely because of the type of mother that I had who traveled so much. We used to travel every holidays. Yeah, but every weekends, my mother used to make sure, you know, masepume, masense something that has nothing to do with work. And so doing parks, going to Quaker, she used to work for Quaker Peace Center. Quaker Peace Center, they go meditate on Sunday, they go meditate, and people have conversations. So I've come full circle to where my mother has taken me. I used to do the same thing. I do what my mother used to do to me. I went everywhere with her. Everywhere with her. So imsebenzini, that's how I got exposed to creating and doing art, photography. From Ilendoshi, Quaker Peace Center, they used to bring after school holiday programs to the township school. So through Itawe. So through Iroma, and then Bona, the way missionary bethu, they would bring skills. So there'll be dancing, drama, art, photography, and beading, you know, and recycling. So there's school holidays, that's what I do. My mother used to organize those kind of projects. So that's why it's also so easy for me to be comfortably an unschooling mom and not need to be attached, because it's something that I grew up with, you know.
When you say unschooling, can you unpack for us as an unschooling mom? What's an unschooling mom?
An unschooling mom is a mom that is not taking their children to school, but we are learning at our own time, we are learning at our own pace, and we are learning things for now, that I believe they need to know at this stage. So it's basically, we are learning to be abantu. You know, we are learning to be what it is, what it means to be a young girl, and what it means to be a young boy, an African child in a home setting. What is it that you are needed? What do you do? You know, so we are learning. The unschooling is that I want to go back to what abantu bethu they used to do, because we were not taken to school. You know, yonke into besifundele eyadini, and then we were divided. Amantombazane befunda pha ba mabapheke bakline benze lonto, amakhwenkwe befunda ba mabalima, not ulima, baluse, and do all these other things, fixing the house. You know, you are not calling no
using
plumbers.
their physical strength.
Basically, understand. So you can't learn those skills if you are not in an African setting. You understand? You learn those skills only in an African setting. I learned those skills because for my mother, shame, Uge was very important, like going to the homelands, detaching. So as I'm saying, that's why it became so easy for me to become an unschooling mom, where I want to see my child. I want to understand them. I want to learn their emotions, because they're not just here. I'm not just here to raise them. I'm here to help live and raise them. I'm helping, I don't have authority, because they come with messages, you know, and they come with things that we need to. So you are detached from and that's how we communicate. Hence, there's so many people, they hold on to other people by because abanayo lanto. Awukhulanga kokwenu kuthiwa khawusibonise uba ubani. Mna, my mother accepted I was a creative child, and this zange wakhe wazama, you know. She never tried to say, but oh, mntanami, you must go to school. And no, she just said, be you. And make sure you're right. We grew up with people that we didn't know in the house, but who are my sisters, I come from that. I live with people that are not my siblings, but they are my siblings.
Yeah.
That's the Ubuntu, So that is the unschooling. The unschooling is more attaching ourselves to self and to African knowledge and into African history and to our spirituality, because it's the most important, our spirituality,
I love this point you made about going emaXhoseni. If you can expand about it more, which you have a little bit, the importance of, because that's what is possibly the problem with the urban child.
Yes.
Yes.
It's that here in Joburg, a lot of
Yes.
people are bagoduki. Even when my first years here, I used to go home all the time. Like, I can't, we have to. Because going home is reconnecting, is re-remembering, and then understand it's recharging who you are. And then also it's remembering about what is your purpose? We have a purpose also. That's another reason I unschool, because I believe as African children, we are born already with purpose. So, Tina guided towards that purpose. So, how are you going to guide your child through purpose if you can't hear them when they are talking to you? Because I'm understanding. I need to be. You're tired from work. The child has got a question from school, or maybe he's got a spiritual question. I also want to because I'll not let pleasure. So, auntie deals with it. So it's important to go emaXhoseni so that the child knows about where they belong. You understand? Knowing that as abantu abamnyama, this is what we come from. We come from abundance. We come from abundance. Poverty is something that it's not ours.
It's an urban construct.
Thank you. So Tina andiyazi lonto. Andiyazi poverty, because even elokishini, if ubani kuyalanjwa kokwabo, abantu bestrato, they're gonna make sure that they are okay, So in some township they carry that, but they carry that because they are still attached to what? To land. They are still attached to Mother Earth. They are still attached to their own lineage of bloodline yabantu babo. So awukwazi attach abantwini bakho if awuyi. Kuthiwa yazi ihamba ulala kokwenu so that uzawukhothwa ngamadlozi. And really, sometimes people think, oh my God, I need to do this and this and this. No, sometimes it's just you going home. Just hamba unyathela apho umakhulu wakho ekhona. Just hamba unyathela nje. Ulale if ikhona i-structure, ulale, and then you see what's going to happen. So we are detached from that. I unschool because I want my children to be attached to that. Kudala sibuye ngo-December from Mpumalanga, and already babuza uba mama, when are we going back to Mpumalanga? Because now I'm creating a home. So we talk. So science.
You're fetching the land.
Ubuntu is living that life, It's living the way. It's basically being your true self and doing the things that you need to do as an individual. Because uthunyiwe.
Yeah.
And uzogqibezela izinto apho. So if uthunyiwe, that means bafa wenzele into uthunyiwe yona. And of course, aba distracted. But first business money sit. Ndikhumbule kuba so le nto yongabikho ikhaya ungakuba don't have a homeland awukwazi. That's why abantu abaninzi begula ngoku, because abanayo laa nto yokugoduka. They stay in the cities, they don't even walk barefoot into the ground. Abaconnect, abahambe uhlala ile nto epakini, because they'll rather be in the mall.
Wow.
Buying things that really don't even do anything. So even if you are on your spiritual journey, if you are not living it, I don't want to say that you are wasting your time, but it's just like going to school. You're going to have to redo it. You're going to have to come back.
So what's the difference between the spirituality of going to a church building and the spirituality of nature?
A church is concrete. It's not life. There's no breath there. There's no breath. There's no energy. Nothing flows in the church because concrete wall is cement, bricks. Doesn't work with our bodies. It doesn't work with our energy. So it's It's not one thing that works at church is the energy that people generate, you know, the frequency of, but and then
Of song.
of song. How many churches do connect through frequency of song? Because you find that in abantu abawela kwicala labantu abangathanda ushare, andifuna ukuthi bangcolileyo, you know, because I don't want to be, because people they do things at certain times based on whatever. But abantu abangathandi ubuntu, mainly, it's always that abantu abayecaweni. Abantu abayecaweni abakwazi ukunceda, you know, abakwazi ukuncedana. Awuthethi, you know, sibhizi sijonga sivuma ivangeli, sithengisa ivangeli. Uyaliphila ivangeli olithengisayo. Uyaliphila na, because yonke into is about ukuphila. Ubuntu buphila. I-spirituality ngempilo. It's not about uninitiatwe phi, indlela ophila ngayo. So yeah, abantu banendumba, but indumba yakho it's not a mud ndumba. How you connect it?
Oh, wow. So the fact that we're removed from is the main issue.
Indumba faye benguronda. Indumba faye benguronda. You can still build uronda in the city. Like first compromise, guys.
Yeah.
I shall compromise lapha lakudala. That's why I'm 5 years unschooling. Because I'm tired of compromising. I can't compromise who I am. Because I'll never get to know who I am. I never get to know the things that are even busy ndilandelela wonke umuntu. Okay, ke ngicela ungalandeleli ngicela ke sihlale singenzini. Yeah, there are days when when you wake up, sonke sine different energies and different personalities. I have to deal with my 13-year-old and his emotions. You understand? We're emotional, not 13 ungumfana, you know, and all these things are going through his body and he's just shooting up and it's too much. I need to deal with that if I'm gonna raise a person that's gonna be compassionate and see.
And that's why our ancient ones took them out to nature to deal with this extra energy that they've got.
Yes.
And not put it in buildings.
Uyayibona Yolanda. So it's very important now when it's put in building. Imagine how many spirits are there. Okay, now in a class. Oh, this is one thing that really, like, engandiphathi into yesikolo also because iyafana sathi ijele phofu because abantwana babayi-40. So xa nibhiliva nina nisabantwana benu esikoleni nithi nibamnyama niwoke, but umntwana wakho msesikolweni and bayi-40 eklasini nje beyi-40, 40 times 40 i-ancestor. So bangapha abantu abayi-40. If there's 40 kids, how many spirits are in there? So what's going to happen? Isn't it going to be chaotic?
Absolutely.
Tell me, no, it's going to be chaotic, of course. Stop undermining the spirit world and think that, yeah, umntu ehamba nabantu bahamba negquba labantu.
Sure. Where do we get the courage then to unplug, to unschool? Because everybody's doing it, even though now we're seeing it, now we've got all these unemployed graduates after we thought this was...
That is the worst thing. So, you know, what we do is reconnecting ourselves to nature. People need to get out of their comfort zone and go to nature. And believe me, and there's nobody that goes to nature and come back at never. No to ngene emanzini, no to unyuke intaba. Climbing, I mean, abantu, you know, people are into hiking. They don't even know what is it about. Uhike London. We hike up because everybody's doing it. Okay, you are hiking because you want to connect. Because now when you're going there, and then trying to figure out, oh my God, they were taking pictures. Yeah, we made it. And then what? See hiker so that we can go and connect. See hiker because we are looking for the purest plant, you know. So see, we are hiker because uzawufumana something. So you go all the way to our hike, Nyukintaba, but ubuyungena nix. Ubunanga nix.
Because you didn't go inside. So that's the purpose of hiking. Maybe unpack what the hiking is for us.
Anything that has to do with nature is about connecting and teaching. You know, so if you have a mamela and then you have a landela, because it's like you do things that you're like, okay, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I need to do this, I need to go here. And then I go because it's the learning that I need to do. That is my path. So if we want to connect, you really connect. You go to thingy. You go to the land. You go to the rivers.
We're going back to the unschooling thing. Because, a lot of parents, this education system,
Ayisebenzi.
but then how are you going to secure jobs if you don't go to the conventional school?
Why are we securing jobs? Why are we teaching our kids to be slaves? Like, why are we securing jobs for who? Already the jobs are not even secured for the children that are being educated. That's why it's alcoholics as needs kanje. Because it's not a person who turns alcoholic or becomes depressed or, and gets to drugs. No. Kabantu abafundileyo, kabantu abanengqondo.
Yes.
Akusingabantu abanje. And why abantu abasemaXhoseni? Why abantu abahlala ezihokini bengekho depressed, guys? The depression has a privilege. Because umuntu uhlala in one room sana. Yonke nenze apha. Mama unomatrasi oyi-1 and then mina noba yi-3 nilala pha. Kutheni ngekho i-depression? Why engafuni uzibulala umntana ophuma pha kulawo? Clean. They live in harmony, they know each other, they know how to be in one space with each other. But aba banemali abafuni uba even in one room. I'm getting to my room. Boo.
Yo.
Kwenzeka ntoni pha kulaa room xa uwedwa? So you're inviting yourself, or action, let me not say yourself, your children. You open your children you give them the internet, and certain things they come. Abantu basijongile, Abantu basijongile. So if they want to recruit, they're going to recruit through the technology that you give your child. They're not going to recruit. Abasenzi billboards ngokuba babamba apha. So many 18-year-old kids are committing suicide, 19-year-olds. So many of them. So many little girls are lying about what boys are doing to them. Like, why are you hurting our sons? There's just, it means wrong. Because we are okay as mothers. But I know this is not, it's the lie. But anyway, no, suka puma. Because ubanesono even worse was. Once you know, then you are more, you're the sinner. The one who don't know is not a sinner, but we're not knowing. So you continuous because uvuka every day. Yo, the system there has been but hey, sorting anyway. Yeah, xesha limkile abantwana bayakhula and abantwana bakhuliswa ngabanye abantwana. Abantwana bakhuliswa ngabantwana. So esikoleni, in the school environment. That's why these schools are so violent. Hey, kuninzi. Kids are not being heard at school. At home.
Yeah.
Ababonwa at home. But at school when you come, you find the most quiet child in England who know bully at school. Because when no tata nihlanisilwa apha endlini. And on top of it, I'm being harassed by your brother. So kwenzeka ntoni umntana umxelela uba hey if uyamxelela umuntu uba ndiyakubamba ndiza kuthi. Yabo zezinto sazi-adoptha for ngaphandle bonke obugula sekulapha kuthi sekulapha endlini. So andifuni mina ukugula endlini yami. So abantwana bami babangafundi safunda xa sithanda we read out incwadi katata uCredo Muta indaba my children. Siyabukela ama-YouTube thingy documentaries about African history. Xa ebukela anything, I make sure that it has to have umuntu omnyama. My cousin would even say, but Yolanda, you are so much, you are too much. It doesn't matter. It matters. The movies that we watch, it matters who I see. It matters what the movie is about. The music that you listen to, it matters.
It matters.
Because the frequency, the energy, energy. So it's like I was even saying, as iqom, nema piano, it's so amazing. It's such beautiful music, but it's also very dangerous because it's either uwela kweli cala okanye uwela kweli cala elihle okanye icala kaSathane. So it recharges the frequency, and then you are in high frequency. But now xa we high frequency and you don't know the good side, and no one is telling you about it, you fall to this side. We could do all these funny things. We party, drinking, smoking that thing, hookah pipe. Bayazibulala nje, constantly killing themselves.
Every weekend.
Every weekend. So you are taking your child so that to help themselves kill themselves. And no, we have to survive. I understand, but we have to survive. But also we need to, the whole thing of unschooling and unlearning, it's got to do with the parents, because it's us. So we have to hold it. Actually, if I say you're going back to the system. And it's like people are false preaching, because you're like, oh no, we must fight for black power, we must fight for consciousness and spirituality. But uyasebenza, system. Oh no, but I have to be in the system. No, you don't have to be in the system. You don't have to be in the system, but we are there. So you constantly do abantwana bakho benza ntoni, ubase esikolweni, but to conscious and you're awake. You are not. So don't even talk about it, because it's not about even about a conversation. It's about getting there. It's about doing it. It's like, oh, okay, okay, let me do it. Let me see. Because in almost you are accepting into ongayazi. It end garden. Xa garden nindibonise le nto bafana ndiyibonile khona ndizawukwazi ukwenza ezinto fana ndizenzile apha, you know. So even nalapha kuthi as we go back to Ntu, there's a lot of confusion. So now I must don't take my kids to school. Already confused, silapha, sikwa conscious. Silapha, sidilishana and go with like conversations and real, and people, it's very hard to be real to self. So you can be real to community. So we are building communities. Are they solid communities? Can we stand together? Can we stand together as women? Can I be with Nsiki and not want to have my own podcast? And then understand, but this is what you are here for, you know. Can you come to my store and get some jewelry and thing, but let me not see you a couple of days, months later. So zenzele impahla. Yes. No, it's wrong. We need to stop that.
Yeah.
We need to stop that.
Yeah.
Oh no, because now no. Can we
What
focus
do you
on our
think?
own things? Yeah, because asizazi.
That's what I was asking.
Asizazi. Because if you you follow, I mean, you've always been Sigimazwa, isn't? You've always been you.
Yeah.
Zange was through since you've been growing up, same thing as me. Zange wako hey no if nditi abantu bazawuthini, because it's never been about that. You are living your path. You are living your way. And unfortunately, your way doesn't come with friends. It comes with enemies, disguised as friends. That's the saddest thing, because because we love so deep, we open our hearts and our hearts. And then, Kanti, to somebody who's going to hurt us. And this is not through a male and a female relationship. This is just female sisters as a whole. Sisters are brutal.
Sisters.
Why? Why is it so? Why is it that? Why can't I be okay? If Nsika at you I should be happy with you. Let's go back to generating that same energy, because iyasinyusa xa unyukile wena nami ndizawunyuka. But ngoku xa ndibhizi ndinomona andisoze ukwazi unyuka. So even if wena ucimba uba great, but ucinezela abanye abantu, we ain't going nowhere. Because you are busy being great, but what are you doing at the back? Ucinezela abanye. Awubasupport abanye abantwana. Awubaboni. Ningobani nina kuba ningathi. You understand? Asibonani singabantu singabafazi.
Hey, this sisters topic is very triggering, hey?
And and we don't want to have these conversations. We don't want to have this people need to take if you do something wrong, for years about repercussion, wrong. So many things. You falsely accuse abantwana bethu. So, of course, I'm not gonna support you as the female because I also have a son and I don't think your story is adding up. So I'm not gonna stand for you. We have to stop that thing. But, oh no, but no, it's a lie. Wow, why all of a sudden we weak? We've never been weak women, but now that generation is weak. Yo, never fast about weak.
Very manipulative.
Extremely, yeah, bubu weak kaloku. Xa manipulate awuzazi. Weak awuzazi bungubani. Woyika yonke into. You are scared, you don't want to awufuni ufaka abantu. Oh yeah, kune catering gig. Ah, please man, ndiyakwazi upheka. So that's Ubuntu. Do you allow others to shine through you? Or you want people to just stare at you and look at you? Askwazi. We have to generate that energy so that sonke saphila. Umlungu bafaka imali bengathandani. It's got nothing to do with that. Xa sibeka la mali phasi sithi senza imali for thina sonke. Sizayidivide gqomo, everybody goes to their homes. Why singakwazi thina uyenza loo nto?
And askwazi.
Because we're having a conversation, and then I was thinking maybe Yolanda can come and do the dresses. Actually, Yolanda, because the last time this is what she said to me. So how about you put unomsa, because unomsa uyakwazi uyenza le nto. But then uzofaka unomsa, but unomsa unomsebenzi wakhe, unezinto zakhe fa ezenzile. So even xa kuthiwa makaze nale nto le mfundo akazi ukwazi ukama through nicely. Yabona uba also you are letting a fellow sister down because uyamazi but this is not your forte.
The standard drops of the entire thing.
But kaloku imali ezidlonqala mali. No. Mali sebubini. Don't think me, I love gangsters more than anything because bona ba honest with their thing, but they are here with zotapa. I can't respect police and politicians because they are fake gangsters.
Yeah.
You can't eat, you're a scavenger to me because you are eating from somebody that's already gone. No, yena ungenile, wena ufuna ungena uzawumangala. So we're all jumping into the pond and we are fishing. Wena ulapha outside the pond waiting to grab what is mine. Can't have respect for you.
What do you think made women like this?
Yeah. We can't blame the mothers itself. We make ourselves the way that we are. Because at the end of the day, if we even if mama could abuse us, doesn't matter. If mama could abuse us, it isn't negative. It's okay. When I was tatanjan, how do you move from there? It's self. It's all about self.
How do we make women love other women?
They have to love themselves. Stop faking the love.
It's self-hate.
It's self-hate.
Not accepting yourself.
Yes, not accepting yourself. Not being able to ukwazi uba mawunike omnye umuntu a chance. You must be able to give another person a chance. Sinasidedelana. So that the energies are money flow, gravity. Is a money buya. Is a money buya. That's why abeluma basebehlala bensenza imali because into abayenzile bazixelele ba okay thina okwethu ukuthakatha ngoku. Now we don't love ourselves so much that we can't even see ourselves in others. I must see myself in you. You know, because you represent a part of me that I can't be as outspoken as you are. No, I can't. Oh yeah, I can do it behind doors, but yeah, you understand? So first support a win.
Oh, and that doesn't happen.
Ingxaki iqala apho. Yayibona? So iqala ku self, isn't it? I'll not blame her uthi no because ban hurts me.
Integrity. What's going to happen? Because, you know, this morning it's funny we're talking about this because I was thinking about how do we raise the level. Black people were not in a good space.
We are not.
And I know that men listen to women and change, and women also listen to men and change. So where do you think this change, what's got to happen, who's got to do what?
We have to be able to have uncomfortable conversations with one another. And then change is going to happen. Because it's like, okay, when uyenza kanjani le nto uba mawube right, ingak-affect. You understand? We need to have conversation with each other. We need to see each other and respect each other without judgment, like truly without judgment, not just saying it. You know, but okay, no ndiza kumamela. Yeah, we have to discuss. I'm gonna take after ungixela story say, damn skip, I'm gonna go to my friend. Hey, Oshao. Yo, Sana, yazi ubani bani is going through that. But now the energy that we are generating as women, when I'm talking to her, she must have the empathy of feeling. I mean, I've got friends like that. I've always had the same friends. I've never changed my friends. So, banalanto ba, you want to ask lumdana and uti, they're gonna feel it. Oh, send Antonio Yolanda, should I send you some money? Because you said you saw this child. Yeah, but sonke, we are here because we want to change. Not about, but I was zealous. She knew what she was doing. We can't do that. Even if she knew what she was doing, yeah, she's allowed to make a mistake. Also, we have to allow ourselves as individuals and as the nation, as the people, and as family to make mistakes and move on and to be okay with it, because mistakes, learnings are in the mistakes. If awuyenza mistakes uzaba ilento abantu abaninzi uthi umuntu they've been married for 40 years and then umuntu ngokuseyaqhawuka nangu uyojiva somtata, because he's been suppressing his original self. He's been no mama khona. I was even talking to one of my friends also. It's like, even, you know, also because things are also so dangerous. So ulento, I was talking to one of my friends who's in the LGBTQ, and I'm saying, you know, according to ngabafazi abanabantwana abayi 3, 4, and then they enter into this community. Those are people are imposters.
Yeah.
You are bringing your sickness, you understand, into something. That's why also you find in the community, hey, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but now we're happy. Why are you in a relationship with a woman with 3 kids? You must be Muslim, lesbian. Why the all the time. Now all of a sudden, because and okay, send it, I'm no more dating thinking. Men I'm dating. No, you are experimenting. Experiment with yourself. Community.
A lot of people don't want to do their healing work.
They don't. And then you end up with a relationship kabani nobani, where she was going all over the place, screaming, but nobody told me my father no mind to problems. Accepting young.
Yeah, I also have a problem with that when people suddenly switch into becoming
No,
community.
you can't.
And it's just you're the problem, you're
Yeah.
toxic.
Yes,
and you haven't done your work.
You know, because even there, I'm a mother. Everything concerns me. Because I'm mother, when I'm mother, end up happy. You understand? I can't agree with Ububi. Wrong is wrong. No matter what race you are. In the wrong.
And this is actually why you are doing this unschooling program. Because you are recognizing, Guti, amongst us who are schooled the traditional ways, we've got black marks, where it doesn't make sense. Sorry. So, I mean, we're trying to unpack this whole unschooling thing because it seems as if the ways we've been schooled, they haven't dealt with Ubuntu. And even when you look at the families living in like estates, like you said earlier on, they're the church community, me. And like you said also before, Islalini, that kind of toxic depression is not existing there.
It's never been there. It's never been there. Because I mean, everywhere you have to follow rules and regulations everywhere. So what makes you think Apagwantu are rules and regulations? But there's rules and regulations. You can't do that. So I mean, in that, the whole unschooling, I've been unschooling for 5 years, is because did okay ke masingafundi ke. Khathi sibone uba kuzakwenza kantoni xa sidithetha and just do things organically, you know. And then mina as a mother, I make sure okay, abantwana ba exposed to certain things. Bayawe sayibhono, siyaphana, siya for coding and robotics. In the way free, it's a public space, you know. So they've got computers over 3. I expose my kids to spaces, and that's the thing. Also, people don't know that there are spaces, there are learning spaces, where you don't really have to pay. Because what is it that you are learning? What is it? Sifunda impilo mas. So sifunda impilo, class funda impilo fasazi. You have to get out of there and then see the plants. You know, you must know about these plants. I mean, how beautiful it is now, you know, here in Joburg. I was even saying 3 days ago, but I was coming from Soweto. And we are pay Soweto. You know where there were mine hills? There's trees growing there. Good green guys, Mother Earth is fighting for us. When you are going down highway, chintukwam nansi castor oil, nansi eucalyptus, nansi itepe, kunokutya, kunezityalo, kunemithi.
Oh, wow.
You know, but a lot of people don't see that. I'm like, wow, this is flipping amazing. Is this what's happening?
Wow. You used such an important word about the school. You said organic. So basically, we are in a system that is GMO.
Yes.
And now unplugging. But still, I'm like...
But in general, you learn throughout your ufunda ude uyofa. So if ufunda ude uyofa, what's so important about this 12, the most crucial time of your life? Why is it so important that you go to school? But uzafunda ude uyofa. So thina sayazi ba namhlanje ba oh hayi siyoqubha because namhlanje it's swimming. And then get some social parking and then balbaleka abantwana. It's very important that abantwana bayadlala.
I still don't know, but how do we get... It's uncomfortable. What you're saying is very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. You know, if I had children, this would be a big... It's scary to just take your child out of the school system.
It is.
That you've been programmed. This is how it is.
But about COVID, mina, that was my awakening. So naxa notata abo bajonga akho mntu uya esikolweni apha asiphindeli. So senza i-worksheets. Nobe i-worksheets sasenza the first 3 weeks. Daddy, ndizenzela ntoni ezi worksheets? Please, I have to deal with these kids by myself at the end of the day. So scrap worksheets. And then Masilo has always told me about this guy that's in Bertram's Reimagine Learning Space. Reimagine Learning Center, and he joined it 2 years after I've known about it. And Masilo is like, Mamngane, this is a place for you. This is what you are looking for, you know. And I'm like, you know, I'm still having a conversation with Tatabo because Tatabo corner. And he's from West. He's Liberian. Liberian. So, West African zona, siskolo nandoni, religion. And then yay, none of that. You know? So he's like, no, so for 2 years in Dabayeg, COVID, that answer system it's not working. So you need to allow me to do mine. Because now I'm doing that work. And I told you in Sabafage school in November, I'm gonna take my kids out of school. You know, I didn't say I'm gonna take my kids out of school and homeschool my kids, because that's silly. What's the point of you taking your kids out of school and then you're still giving them the same curriculum? There ain't nothing special that you're giving them. Keep your kids at school. You're not ready.
Oh, that's why you say unschool.
Unschool.
You don't say homeschool. I
No,
noticed
and
that.
homeschool. Because I don't want to be attached to a curriculum. These are funda the same nonsense. What's the point? Ayikho incwadi kathathu grade whatever. Ungungi akekho pha. Kubani zeziphi incwadi ezikhoyo esikolweni abantwana abazifundayo ngoku ezi-important. And again, I'm not a book reader. Again, like I'm not what, but in the funda lento fandiyazi. So which means truth only.
You said you had a 13-year-old, so this 13-year-old has had 5 years of unschooling. And how's that working? How socially, what are the differences you're seeing?
Aziko, because we do have a community. We have a community of unschooling, homeschooling people. So we used to come together, as I was still saying, but you know, when I was with Ulendo, eventually, Dahamba and Daya Elindo Reimagine Learning at Toivel found there's the guy who's running it. His name is Shivani Davids.
Oh, we must call him.
And Ushivani, you have to talk to Shivani. He's amazing. But also, I always say to him, thank you, Shivani, for allowing yourself to follow your calling. Because it's very hard to call. Shivani is not an old man. He's not old. He's a young guy. He's like 30. I think he just turned 30 or something. And Reimagining has been around for 8 years. Yabon. So when I started going there, what Mami Yolanda, here we don't allow parents to just drop the kids. It's not about dropping kids. It's not a space for dropping kids here. This is a space for kids and parents learn and unlearn. No, we don't do, there's no schools, there's no tables, there's no chairs. No. To Monday to Tuesday, we're not doing the same thing. No, it's about intentions. What is your intention for today? How do you feel today? Do you want to go and swing in the tree? You want to go and jump in the trampoline, hike up the little mountain? Or you feel like, okay, you guys want to bake something? You want to learn something? So it's self-directed. Kids get there and they do whatever they want. She's self-directed, never since school. And no, no, darling, I'm still trying to find who I am as an African person. And this means and this means English, oh, they know how to code. They are speaking another language, but spell English. Remember spell uyakwazi ufunda kuna 13 and everything, but as collab, because coding, it's their thing now. I can't understand that language. I don't even know what they're doing, but they're building their own games, building whatnot. That's what they do. That's what my kids do. And then I have to make sure. So, okay, let me derail. So, after the island, a Reimagine Learning Center, so I learned about, okay, fine, kids, people must, Ushivane, part of his rules, kids must make 100 mistakes. That's part of his learning center. Kids must make 100 mistakes. Kids must do what they want. Don't scream and shout. Don't become an authority, because that's a problem. Authority. We become authority. And that comes with its own issues, I understand.
Indoctrination.
So allow a child to be whatever that they want. And it's a thin line, because also there's African, we must still be so I try to tailor it more into the African way. Hence, sihamba sifunda. We go, we learn through traveling. We stop going to the center, not because the center is closed, but the physical center closed. And also, we are all on our journey. And Shivan and Anna had to take up their own journey and grow, and they had a baby, they just gave, you understand? So it was that time to go and venture out and get more of self. So now we are not a physical community. Yeah, we do meet when there's certain things. Knowledge in People Festival. That's one of this is their 4th year. It's a Reimagine festival. So basically, Knowledge in People Festival is about you coming to tell us about yourself. Because we believe that knowledge is in people.
Yes.
It's in the people. You learn through seeing Abantu. Diabona. So also, it's like that thing, as I'm saying, that sharing, if women can learn to share and not hide, your experiences, it becomes easier. And also to accept our mistakes. We need to accept our mistake, not always defending. That's why I'm a feminist, because I'm a defender. Mama, and I'm compromised. And Tando's compromiser. Then that means I have to answer to these people. Them, bagbuza straight up, but mamubute. I can't do that. Because I must always be truly me. When chaya phambi kwabantwana bam. Andiphakami ndamntochaya somewhere. No, oko ndachaya. Abantwana bam zange bafake injection, immunization. Oko ndachaya intsango. Oko ndachaya intsango besesiswini. Ndachaya intsango ndincancisa. And bonke bancanci bade babana 4 years. Yabona? Oko ndachaya utata uyayitshaya nam ndiyayitshaya. Akho mntu phamba naye upha endlini. akho mntu uhlala but bayayazi into. My firstborn is not even interested in it, you know. That's why I'm born with colorful hair. Ndifuna so that she can go through this stage. You know, this is how she expressed herself as a modern child. But Papa locks. Oh, and she doesn't want to shave those locks because she knows the importance of her hair. But because umdana and the phone valela, as I say, and phone belong into a certain place, it doesn't compromise. Say take away. No, but in the bayas, even class tenga. Sithi masami ngisiyothenga poison, we're going to get some junk in our trunks. You understand? It's not something that we do all the time, but we have to participate also so that they are not missing out. As vegetarians, but sitya i-veg ne-fruit more than ba masitya inyama. Inyama siyayithanda. Yabona? So it's not you compromising who you truly are as a person. Also, number one, mom scream. Kuyathukwa kweyami indlu, not bona. Mna notata ayibo siyathuka. Even bona abakwazi uyirepeata amazingly enough. Because xa ndidikiwe sana ndimthuka umntu. Because ndivela kwi-hip hop. I'm a hip hop head. So I grew up in hip hop. So of course, Andiba did, oh, you, yeah, what? Yeah. Are you? Then by us, by yo, and then and come down. And also, when you raise kids, you are raising yourself. You have to see yourself through your children, because that's how you can fix yourself. Fix certain emotions that you love, certain things that you don't like about yourself, you fix them. Because abantwana bakwazi ukubonisa. Basoloko uxoka kanje wena mama. Bayaxelela abantwana. Kaloku nasoloko uxoka, hayi but wena mama uthe masithi. So andifuni loo nto. Sure. Ndifuna bafunde even. Yeah, abantwana but sometimes okay, abantwana fa bangahlali endaweni. Sikhule kuthiwa abantwana bahlala nabantu abadala. But where we are today, abantwana must behlale nabantu abadala. Yeah. You know. So abantwana abangamantombazana fa bazive ezi conversations zethu bangazuqhathana. Abantwana bayaqhathana esikolweni. Uwesi ke ubanayo nefowuni.
Oh, it's
so,
dangerous, hey?
Mobile phone is the worst thing that you can ever do to your child. It's actually it's like basically giving your child to the devil. Because bonke bazawuthi, oh no, but I need it so I can check up on them. So why am I taking it? Why are you not buying the 200 rand phone? So this child having the smartphone has got nothing to do with the child, but it's got something to do with you and your status. The ego yakho. That's why naxa uya esikolweni umntana xa babapakishela zonke izinto useless. You know, asiyikho breakfast thina ekwaya, asiyikho isiphusela amanzi, asiyikho fruit. Siyatya once maybe twice a day, but main meal yethu yasebusuku. So it's the learning to getting back to and listening to our bodies. Because our bodies, they go with abantu izinyanya zethu, and we are with our ancestors 24/7. There's us, and then there's the spirit us. So every time we move, we're moving, representing all of us. So when I go to a place, I'm also representing you. I'm also representing her. So fanhlale di shoba see right representation of self everywhere we go. But now we are not in South Africa. I didn't even know mntana lo weGrammy. Wabonisa indlela sihlukene ngakhona apha wathi hayi kaloku mna ndilibala. Athi hayi kuthiwa abantu libala apha. You understand? But yeah, because njeyani. It's like, oh okay. Kanti kuneza issues naphana. Because akazazi banje ulibala ungumntu. Akazazi bungumntu. So uzawuhlala xa ezekhulu uzazibona matshintsha xa ndingumntu. Because unesa spirit sonto. Akana spirit sebala. Eli abaliprotectayo. Bonke mane spirit science kantu. Iyatsho nolento no Jean Grey bayo at the thing I pray for my sisters back home to understand, to realize that we are Africans. Because we are taught something, One of my good friends, Ngamakalad, but you understand? We come from Cape Town, but we were not friends in Cape Town. We only became friends here in Johannesburg, and we've been bosom buddies ever since. Families zethu ziyazana. Because they realized that they are Africans. Why this divide abantu?
Enkosi Mam Ndinisa. This was so, hey, we've got a lot of unschooling to do, even us as grown-ups.
As individuals,
Yeah.
it's very important that it's us, nothing else. Because awunofundisa into ongakwazi uyenza wena. And that's also what happens in the community. Ubona abanye abantu ba, oh, ndifuna unschooler, or ndifuna homeschooler. But no, you don't want to do that. You just think, but this is the coolest thing for you to be seen that you are woke and you are highly spiritual. We are homeschooler. But how homeschool, you're doing the same thing, I must, because busy, hey, makos, then Nancy Bible yakhe lapha. Oh wow. Yayibona loo nto. So kunesikolo kwenu kuneBhayibhile, and then nabantu bakokwenu, hayi anokwazi uyi-history iBhayibhile because iBhayibhile yinto esikhule, no, yi-indoctrination esikhule ngayo kungafanele uba masihambe nayo, asiyopesi yethu. Because now when you start seeing, when you start unfolding even by tshintsha xa mna le Bhayibhile la nyana yabo, it's nothing to what is. Now you look at the Ethiopian Bible, ixela ezinye izitori. Ujonge ukatata uCredo Mythos, ixela ezinye izitori.
Yo, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Sure, guys. Mothers, I don't know how you're going to do this. But yeah, we're in the process of unlearning, unschooling, decolonizing ourselves so that we can find who are we actually, because it seems like our ancient ones were more successful at being us than we are. Moya ulight, Moya ubright. Thank you again for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We see your support. See you again next time.
Who are you when all you were has been diluted by lies and white lines cancelling out all that which has been written of your history? Why do you look at yourself as a mystery? Doesn't the sun shine because you open your eyes? Doesn't the moon stay situated within the same stars your DNA sparkles off? Your spirit knows that surely corner into e off. Buza umoya so you may return to being well off. Because spiritually you are rich, yet your ancestors cry because you are out of reach. But yours is to command all elements while God takes inspiration from the very mirror she looked at to become. Remember who you are and never finish just when they think that with you they are done.